I've got a message for you from the Queen.
Hello.
From the highest in the land, the final years of Britain's oldest man brought him recognition and attention from new generations. With energy that belied his great age, Henry Allingham made it his last mission to pass on his account of living history by attending as many commemorative events as he could. Frail but alert, he was at the 90th anniversary of the first day of the Somme. Among the last with a living link to that battle, he shared with Prince Charles memories of his time on the Western Front. He'd also been the last survivor of that war's biggest seaborne struggle. At the Battle of Jutland, where the mighty fleets of Britain and Germany clashed, he'd served aboard an armed trawler, having joined the fledgling Royal Naval Air Service a year earlier in 1915. In a war that would be determined on land and at huge cost, Henry's naval squadron was transferred to the Western Front. An air mechanic, first class, he survived unscathed, despite being shelled and bombed at the same time.
They'd been through an experience where, by all due reckoning, they should probably have lost their life. And those who emerged from the conflict were very conscious that they were on extra time, and they made the most of everything that was given to them. And I think he was a fine example of that. And it adds to the respect and admiration that we had for him.
At the birth of the Royal Air Force in 1918, he transferred to the new service and would become honoured as the last survivor of its founding members. 86 years after leaving France, Henry returned as guest of honour at the unveiling of a monument to British air services of the First War. It was a moving moment as he carefully placed his personal wreath. In August 2004, Henry, then 108, joined the small group of survivors to commemorate the start of the Great War, his voice faltering, his mind full of memories. In his last years, Henry seemed to enjoy his newfound celebrity, yet retained throughout dignity and great modesty.
How would you like to be remembered, Henry?
Oh, I don't know. I think if you said to me how like this, I'd like to be forgotten. Those men that gave so much, remember them, not me.
At an age when time was running short, he was generous in sharing his with all those keen to meet a man who embodied living history.
The strength of will that sustained him for so long was still evident when the Great War's last survivors in Britain marked 90 years since the armistice. Aged 112, in vain he bravely struggled to rise from his wheelchair to try and place the commemorative wreath himself. And then, final duty done, Henry followed the long shadows away from the cenotaph.